2016, 10% of AFL lists come from Indigenous background. If you compare that to the population of 3%, we're overrepresented, but you think about the untapped talent out there in Indigenous community, how much they can offer the game and make it a spectacular game. So we still think there's growth within lists of Indigenous players. Flying Boomerangs program is a leading program, it's industry leading program. So many objectives and outcomes. One's about football development, making sure these players are ready and prepared for the next journey through the talent pathway program, and then hopefully onto AFL lists. It's also about strengthening their cultural identity, and most importantly, it's developing fantastic leaders for the community. The China experience is the first time the Flying Boomerangs come to China. It's to support our international strategy as well. We've got the exciting game for premiership points between Port Adelaide and Gold Coast in Shanghai. So, to come over here and promote football and give these young men a cultural experience and development is really important. The Flying Boomerangs program is not just a development for players, but it's also a development opportunity for coaches and administrators from Indigenous background. Currently, we only have 1% of AFL coaches Indigenous background, which is a gap we've identified across the football industry, and we want to see more Indigenous coaches coaching at AFL level. They've got so much to offer our game. Some of the most exciting, some of the best players come from Indigenous background. We think they can transition into coaching. So part of the Boomerangs program is we bring 3 coaches, Indigenous coaches on the program to really develop their coaching skills and credibilities, and hopefully take the next step, because we want to see more Indigenous coaches at the AFL level.
So for the whole year, the Flying Boomerangs program will come together twice. The second program is really about growing these boys' leadership capabilities, strengthening their personal development and really pushing them out of their comfort zone. So, we want to make these strong young Aboriginal men to go back to their own communities, become leaders and really try and reach their potential. And we think bringing them into a whole new country, experiencing another culture, really helps them identify with their Aboriginality and makes them strong young men as well. This is one of the most important programs in the AFL. We're seeing 5 Indigenous players every year getting transitioned into the AFL, and they've started in our programs. So we think what we're doing is really working. And it's not just the success stories that the players are coming to the AFL, but it's all the other things. Some players are going on to be school captains in their schools. They're going on to be getting leadership scholarships at university, and they're actually making a real difference in our communities now.